Uh, I don't know why I'm doing this off stream. I was just looking at some scores. But so if anyone caught the discussion stream yesterday, we talked about 5600K FM2 iGPU. Matt and myself. So the hell. I have one issue with my Stream Deck, which is weird. I've got to fix it, or else I'm just not going to be able to switch to that scene. Oh, it should actually work. Oh, I just need it to be reprogrammed. Okay, it's Sunday night. I've got to get up early tomorrow. Let's try and make this succinct, brief, short. A88X UP4, 5600K quad core T-Rex, 2 sticks of pretty lame SAMI, but that should be enough for this because the iGPU will hold back memory clocks and things. And O3, we're going to bench O3, so I may as well just boot into OS. That's probably a good first step. Oh, I hate the button placement already. And why is... Okay. I like my... as long as you can read the postcode, it's fine. So XP, I'm going to try XP. I wasn't able to get LOD working, but that might be an iGPU thing. I'm not worrying about it because I have a second chip anyway, so all I really want is clocks, not necessarily efficiency. And I may as well pour some LN2 while this is happening. And turn on the heater. Never forget to turn on your heater, guys. It's... If I were to say it's absolutely vital to turn on your heater, that would still be an understatement. Feels good to have LN2 out again. Smoke effects. Let's do a stock run, eh? So number 1 rank by league hoofed is 12K. GD1 is 35 FPS. I can work with that. Let's go. Oh, well, we don't have in-OS iGPU, but I'd like to have a stock run just with core up a bit. See how my CPU test goes. So he's on SAMIs, around the same frequency as me. 5G on the core seems weak, but that's always a trade-off. With these iGPUs, you don't want to spend too much like power budget, let's say, on these kind of trivialities. Let's go. Ooh. And you see how this is a common APU thing where the 2 second cores drop to a lower power state, and I believe PS check is one of the easier ways of fixing it. It's certainly not the only way of fixing things. I should probably have the chat up. Hey, Matt. Glad that you could join us. Vid. go 16. No, that's lame. Let's go 20 or 1A. Okay, just to have something like that isn't bone stock. And what I'm watching for is I'm not liking that. I'm gonna disable one more power state. Still, okay, let's save that, and let's try this hack of actually having 0 power states. Well, 1 power state. That might work. 6-2. I feel like I can at minus 30, even though I haven't touched VCore, I feel like I can still like go like, oh, of course now I can't toggle power states because I disabled all the power states. Never mind. I'll do something. Let's just run a CPU test. Ooh, LOD did apply. It just needed I have LOD. It just needed a reboot or something. Okay. Now I'm excited. This is warming my heart already. XP 06 iGPU and LOD enabled. Like, what else could a bencher really want? Yeah, you want CNC on. You want CNC on, but CNC on might cause issues beyond just, I mean, this is obviously a massive issue, but if you can work around it, okay, this is just a theory, but I think that if you can somehow manage to keep the clocks up with CNC off, you're probably better off. Okay, what CPU test are we shooting for? So League did a 5.6, so we're at 4.9. I mean, you know, that's fine. That's not. It's about what we're expecting. Yeah, let's go to bias. Okay. You'll be using the same board? I thought you were. What about your Crossblade Ranger? I thought those were the best boards ever. I'm already regretting using a 32 MOS because it's got all these quirks about not rebooting very quickly and stuff, but okay. That's fine. 720p into main. Oh, 5D. That's not a good code usually. Oh, have we hit some sort of temp related issue here? Let's give it a clear. Yeah, but it's a Crossblade Ranger, right? Can't you just revive the second channel? I thought they're just like perfect boards. Anyway, okay, so that should be in bias. So let's load her up. Let's go 1000 iGPU and 1.55 CPU. Antagonist rhetoric. I keep forgetting about this. So this totally banjaxed USB stick that I have labeled XP because it works with everything because it's FAT32 formatted unlike all of my other USB sticks. I keep forgetting that it's got some sort of FreeDOS environment on it, and lots of old boards will try to boot off of it. I should just at some point blank it and and just not run into this issue anymore. But all right, let's do it. Of course, this stream is happening at exactly the distance in time away from the last FM2 iGPU stream that I don't really remember much about it. But okay, that was on a lock chip anyway. Maybe the findings are all kind of irrelevant anyway. Let's see if we really applied our 1000 iGPU. It's claiming it. Let's do a little render. Okay, I mean it's 950, but that's probably some sort of P-state related thing. So that's cool. Let's. So 1.55. Will it let me load? Whatever. Let's just make a new profile. Ooh, that was weird. I should have probably pumped NB a little bit. No, I'm glad that you have a UP4. It's a really good board. So wherever you were able to get that from, it's good. I don't know why I'm pouring down to full pot without the Zorching. That's a really noob move. Should probably check if my heater really clicked on. It did indeed. Okay. This is where it randomly rebooted, but I wasn't really doing anything, so I'm not entirely expecting it to actually do that again. So let's just find the multi that we're happy with and then remove the other P state, which does seem like a lot of work now that I'm talking myself through it, but 5.1, okay, that seems super legit. I'm gonna be greedy and go 25. I'm probably gonna regret it, but let's 5.3, okay. 5.3 locked in. Call it 5.3. What could possibly go wrong? Probably many things. Okay, so that seems all good. I'll do a CPU test and then a full run if it passes. I mean, the crazy thing is the CPU test is so slow that it's kind of hard to even see the improvement over what it was before. But okay. 1.8 and 2.7 are our targets, supposedly. So the second test should run faster. That seems slower than the last run, which was a gigahertz slower, lower clocks. But okay, whatever. See, now the thing is I installed two different setlog programs. So I don't actually know which one ended up working. From this point forward, I might just have to set the lot in both just to be sure. That seems slow. I can't imagine that actually scoring better than the previous run. Yeah, okay. So something went wrong there. Let's just loop SM 2.0 and make sure that we're not fucked there as well. And let's Zorch while that's running. What we actually want, what was the 35? And that's in the 50s. So yeah, I mean, it'll slow down later on in the run, but let's Zorch while that's going on. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I need some melon too as well. I mean, 5600Ks are like $5, so if it doesn't work, no big dramas. Okay, end frame 330. That seems low. Let's see. Elmore.se. Oh, 06, 3030, 26 FPS. Okay. I mean, I'm still 2000 down, but probably having some sort of P state issues. Let's work our way towards full pot. Maybe let GT2 finish first, but you know. That's a 2050 end frame. Okay, 37. $37, 64, 45. Okay. I guess we are going the cool and quiet on method. Reducing everything down to one P state seems to not be very agreeable to this whole affair, which is okay. $3060 2050 is our benchmark at 1000 iGPU. Tempted to just hit the button, but sunk cost fallacy and all that. Okay, frequency, CPU, cool and quiet on. I think APM is pretty shit as well. Turn that off. Go high here. Northbridge is certainly a factor. Let's go 100 steps, 1100. NB, just give it a slight little tickle, and away we go. Okay, maybe one quick run. Actually, no P states fuckery at all. Should I full pot it now? I mean, the lock chip full potted IGP on so easily, so I don't know why I'm being hesitant. Okay, let's just give it a quick whirl. Okay, that is... No, see, cool and quiet on, and it's still doing that weird stuff. But I think that's okay. I think I should just set things as appropriate and deal with the fallout later. Okay, what I'll do is I'll set two P states really close to one another and see what happens there. We had like 22, so now let's go like 24, something like that. Yeah, we already had 24, so now let's go 26. We were already on 5-3 actually. Let's go. Five, 6. It'll still drop, but let's just see how our SM2s go. I could be setting like priority and affinity and stuff. There's so much. So we had a 50 start, now we have a 59, we have like a 60 start. So there's scaling going on. We're not like totally walling because of something, but we had like drops to 18 later, and we had a 30-30 GT1 end frame. I'm hoping for the 30, like in a 32 sort of area. I'm hoping it's not like, do I have to enable TDP or something? I didn't have any of these issues on the dual core, but let's just keep upping the clocks and see how we go. Certainly I'll have to keep an eye on real NB as well. You buy things indeed. Now I'm sort of looking at some of the midpoints of the test, and I'm definitely seeing less of a crazy drop. Like the start frame last time was like 55, but then you got drops down to 18. Oh, here's the 17. Okay, but I feel like there was much more of a drop. Like the start frame was only 59.60 now, so the highs aren't much improved, but I feel like the lows are quite improved. So let's see. See, we're already at like 2800 frames now, and there's like 15 seconds left in the bench, like 15-20 seconds. I feel like it's certainly better, but is it? I called 3200, 3220. That's actually quite good. I mean, it's still not good. But I mean the gains are real, guys. The gains are real. Okay, since this is the last GT, I won't full pot, but I'll check the end result, full pot, then try a CPU. I mean, the CPU was horrendous last time, so I feel like with the two P states enabled, it should do better. Like it was like a 3000 CPU versus League's 5600. This was a 2050. Now we're gonna get more than that. 2230 or thereabouts. 2230. And we've broken the 4000. Actually, we only have to get to 4500, so we're within like 10% of what we want to be. I said I would. Okay, maybe a quick CT, and then full body. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, it's not fucking the CPU test as much. Like our drops in the GTs could be just down to like, oh, super loose timings, low north bridge or whatever. But the way the CT was being fucked earlier, that was definitely a P states thing. Like this is looking like a good, not a good CT, but like this sort of CT that you'd expect. Whereas the previous one was just like totally fucked. It was worse than ambient. Not that I did any ambient pretesting really. I just made sure the rig worked and the driver installed and the OS wasn't fucked. Okay, this could actually already be a CT that's beating League, believe it or not, because I'm like 500 megahertz up on core. Yeah, 6.3. 6.3 versus a 5.6. Okay, so 5.6 equals 6266 CTs. Just keeping a note. I don't believe there's any real way of setting iGPU in OS. I mean, this could already be gold, like if depending on the CT weighting and stuff. But let's just methodically go up. I'll go playing the log off sound. What the fuck? Can I clip that? Do I have clip controls here? I want to clip that. I don't want any fucking log off sounds. I just want 06, please. Okay, yeah, I'm clipping it. Hold on. I don't know anything about the clip manager. Yeah, okay. I think that's. Let's see. That's not too long of a playing log off sound, question mark. Save clip. So now it's saying publishing clip. Okay. This should be, there you go. Okay, let's save this. And now I was gonna do 1250. You'll have a target to aim for, but I have a second chip. And I have no idea if the chip is better or worse or whatever. I just picked this chip because I like the batch number. Basically. I feel like at full pot I should be able to do like 6G. Okay, let's full pot now. Let's not delay our gratification any further. There we go. Took most of the flask to do that, but okay, let's delete the delete these two. Make sure that our clocks are up. Yeah, I mean they're quantized. They're up. Set CPU clock. I'll go a full multi above that. I think that's kind of fair. Oh, it kind of saved the So we'll go, now that we're full pot, 28, I think. No, we want the next one up. We want 2A. No, I want 6G, god damn it. 2C then. I mean, it's kind of adventures at only 1.55 VCore, but you know. Let's just give it a go, eh? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, let's check real Northbridge for a second. Because like the memory and stuff holds it back so much. Like I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, 1700. That seems low. I'll compare that to League in a second. Let's do a quick CT run. Which, if this crashes, I'm not surprised. But if it passes, I'm not surprised either. Could go either way, eh? Oh, 3 FPS start. Nice. Is that a crash or just... Oh, it is a reboot. Okay. I'll give it 100 millivolts. I think that's fair. I don't want to like blast too much VCore because it's counterproductive. Because eventually you run out of like thermal budget basically, because you're running 2 chips. You're running an IMC, an iGPU, and 4 cores all in the same little package. I don't want to go too crazy, which by the way, I think this could be deleted. Ordinarily, especially on Trinity. Like Trinity has never died for me, so on Trinity I feel like for 2D there's no such thing as too much VCore. The only thing that'll happen is your board will die maybe. But since this is 3D benching, things are a little bit more nuanced than that. So, you know, I'm pumped this week because I've got some leave to get rid of, and I just worked 2 weekends in a row, so I have like some rostered off days. So I've constructed a 5-day weekend. Like I'm only working Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm gonna have time to bench and stuff, I guess. Okay. What do we want to do? We want to keep this open PS check. We should be able to just load up this. Okay. Okay, there's your 6G. I mean, it got close to the end of the subtest, and then you get the chip cools down again between the 2 subtests. So it wasn't like insanely far away from passing, I feel like. And CT2 is always the lighter of worse. Okay. Let's just do 2.8 then. For now. CT2 is always the lighter. But maybe I'm actually too high on VCore already. LLC is set. I'll try 5.8 at this VCore, and then I'll actually go down if necessary. I don't want to spend too much time on CT. CT isn't the thing. The thing is maxing the iGPU and looping on max iGPU, maybe a little bit, and also optimizing memory and so on. What are we doing? We're just applying CPU clocks, and we do that by doing this, and then okay, let's just try harder and go half a multi at a time, eh? 5.9. See what happens there. I'm curious. This is not because okay, so we're still getting the drops, but that's fine. We can work around that. I'm just curious to see if this will get closer to passing or have the same behavior. If it's the same behavior, then it's the VCore thing. Maybe it was just a random fail. Maybe I'm nowhere near the limit, and that was just a random fail. That seems slow though. Does it not like the half multis or something? If this is a worse, like I didn't see as many 3 FPSs there as in the 5.6 run, so I mean 5.9 should be faster than 5.6. I know that there's obviously other factors involved in CTs, but hey, that's giving a solid 3 and 4 though. Let's go back to our notes. We got a 6266 at 5.6. A lot of sixes there. Okay, so we did get the appropriate level of scaling. Now let's actually do a full run. And let's pre-shove into the top end there. I've only raised 150. I haven't done much for the GTs. I've only raised the IGPU 150. So we've got a 61 open. I'm going to start taking notes of the little points here and there. I'd expect still to get a 17 or 18 low. I don't think... So we raised the clocks less than 10% and we were behind by more than 10%. And the CPU clock shouldn't do very much in GTs. So I'm still expecting worse SM2. Actually, I have just some random LOD set as well. So maybe the LOD is just going to be really good for SM3. But I feel like this will be close-ish to gold, but like probably not, because the CTs are going to be the only thing that'll be better. But we'll see. And what did League run in terms of clocks? 1200. 1200, but is it an LN2 score? That's... Oh, single stage. Okay. We're very far away from anything then, basically. I mean, the lock chip did 2G, and that's with B clock limits factoring in. So it is a bigger iGPU with more shaders, but it should also be quite a bit better silicon. So like, I wouldn't be totally surprised if this did like 18900, 2G, maybe 2.1. I didn't watch for the drops, but I just watched for the end frame, which is almost as good. So the last end frame was 3220. This is 3280. It's not scaling all that much with our GPU, but that's fine. We can just keep pushing the clocks to something reasonable. Like maybe at 1500 I'll start tightening the RAM or something. Okay. There was a really cheap AM5 M80X board on eBay recently, and I have an M80X streamer, and I was like, oh, I can just put the 8500G in there, and I already have spare kits of RAM that I don't need because they're MDI and they're early production 16 gigabyte stick MDI, which just isn't relevant for anything anymore. It's like, I don't really need anything. I already have a stock cooler. Okay, let's watch for the end frame. 22, 20, 23. I'm gonna call that 23. So like we got like 70 extra frames in each of those tests, which isn't bad. I'm gonna save a baseline score with like as many windows open as possible with all of the details, and then just keep referring back to that. If you're really curious about what's in there, I have a relatively up-to-date list of gear here with all of the cameras and everything listed. But to keep things short, just leftover hardware basically. So there's a Ryzen 5500 from like last CC in there. There used to be 5700G, but I was like, I'm selling that. That's not, good enough. Like I don't want to waste that on my streamer. So there's a 5500, which is just like this the shittiest chip that I had lying around that was still kind of okay. Let me fucking ban this person. Noxious Youth. At least it's kind of an interesting username. Okay, Ryzen 5500 air cooler. There is a 1TB SSD in there, but that's kind of a recent addition. I used to just use a bench drive, like a SATA SSD, a spare one, like 120 gig one. An MATX B550 mortar, I believe, and I only upgraded to that from like a Strix with no VRM cooling and stuff because I really wanted the USB-C out for my mic in, and like just ease of use kind of stuff. So I like sold a board and then bought a board, and it cost me like $30 or something, if that. That air cooler I already mentioned, an Antec PSU that I bought with high hopes for using it for like a secondary PSU for benching, but it was just terrible. So there's actually like a 1200 watt PSU in there because I just want it out of my sight. A Ryzen RX 560 OEM non-XT that we needed for CC 1 year. I used to have a Vega Nano in there, but I sold it during the like COVID crypto craze and made money, like made profit on it. What else is in it? 2 sticks of RGB DDR Aorus DJR DDR4 RAM that HiCookie sent to me for valids, and it just never panned out, and now I have it in this rig because why not? I think that's it. That's all that's in it. It's really just like this Franken rig. And the only reason I used to have an iGPU in there, but I realized that OBS is actually quite heavy. It makes relatively heavy use of I think we're just low because League is okay. 12 League is 12. League is 12.3. We're 11.8. And let's just dig into it a little bit. Okay, so 4152. So about 400 points low on SM2. 653. Ooh. Oh, that's the CPU. I'm out of order. Yeah, so 400 low on SM2, 300 low on SM3, but then 1,000 up on CT basically is the long and the short of this. And he is on 2,000 on core. I'm gonna just raise the on core straight away. I'm gonna, just because I'm making a reference score, I'm gonna go to the trouble of going up in resolution here. Why did I use? I need this. This is actually not a 16:10 screen. Why am I using a 16:10? Why is it presenting a 16:10 res is the other question. Okay, let's go do this and then do that and then open a real memory tab and then open a just one GPU-Z will do because it actually shows real clocks on the first one. You don't need a sensor tab. Oh, I'm only a little bit low on core though. I didn't. This is Harborbot valid, isn't it? Okay, just absolutely complete everything. So we have the bias in there as well. Just shove this down here somewhere. And I'm calling that 11.789. And now I'm just going back to bench res and basically never leaving bench res until I have the final score, basically. And you know what fucks with it sometimes as well is, okay, 60 Hz is good. Like 59 Hz sometimes is a bit wonky. I think I'm gonna go. So we're down on FE, but I could, like, that could just be XP versus 7. I just wanted to try XP. I wanted reference scores. This is not the final score. Even if this chip ends up being the better of the two chips, if the second chip ends up being better, I'll just bench XP and 7 in the same session. If this chip ends up being better, I'll come back to this chip to rebench it. I mean, even if XP ends up being better, I'll probably still rebench it on XP like just once, just for to apply whatever learnings I may have to apply from the second chip, if any. Okay. Sounds the same as your daily. Hey, at least I don't have a, what was it, a 7970 in it or something. But yeah, I found that the 5700G, especially, I run everything bone stock. Like I run my RAM at like 2133 or whatever. It's kind of pathetic. I just found that like the compositing, because I have multiple cameras, and the word for it is compositing, is the like combination of different sources in OBS. It's actually quite heavy on your GPU, so I decided to run whatever DGPU I had lying around. I think I had a 290X in there at one point. Then I had the Vega Nano. Now I have the 5600. Like it's perfect because it's a car that basically can't be overclocked because of bias limitation. So it's the exact thing you'd want to run in your daily. Okay. The only thing, I wish I had a pod cam just so I knew how full the pot is, basically, just for that. I will bring up, first of all do a quick render tabs test to make sure this 1400 is good. 1400 is good. Then I'll apply clocks, but I'll bring the P1 state up to B is what this one is. So I'll make it a 26, let's say. So now it's like just a 500 megahertz drop, which is probably all you need. I hope that doesn't trigger that weird bug again. I'll have to rerun CTs just to be sure. I mean, even just one CT, like, it proves a point. I'm on the non-XT, and I did try power play tables. If that's what you're insinuating, then yeah, didn't help. Oh, I need to go into details. So that's a 2.2 as opposed to his 1.9. So it seems like par for the course. Let's just keep, maybe even just GT1s. Is that too? No. Okay, I'll do canyons. Canyons are usually I just want to make sure I'm passing iGPU. So I'll do canyons for iGPU stability test. Yeah, but what you have to remember as well is when this card became relevant for CC, it was for a 3D Mark bench, which means you have to run a WHQL driver most likely, or else you don't get a valid out of it. So it's like, yeah, you can overclock the card, but not really in such a way that you can save a score that's Hyperbot legal, or like comp legal for sure. Hyperbot legal, yeah, you know, ancient driver won't hurt like 01, 03, you know, Aquamark or whatever, but I think this is like a skydiver stage or something like that. I don't even know what FPS I'm aiming for here. I should start looking for end frames. League had a 49. I mean, I'm in the ballpark. End frame. Let's start looking at end frames. 4,000 exact. 49.9. Okay, so we're slightly up. So at this point, I'll do a full run because I'm feeling like this might be gold, which is not a great achievement. I mean, full pot versus single stage. higher everything more or less. Okay, and I'll grab some LN2. So you're gonna grab LN2, Matt, or do you have some Team Cup LN2 left over like me? Oh, I didn't catch the start frame, but the mid is looking good. And Thomas Benchy ever ran. Okay, I'll look it up to see if it was actually Skydiver. Okay, so we've got like a more of an 18 low rather than a 17 low. Because my scores should still be on our bot. It was Wildlife Extreme. It's hardly any better, is it? Is it? That was Team Cup. End frame, ooh, 3400 end frame. Okay, I'm gonna make a little just making a little table with GT1, GT2, GT3, GT4. So 3400 end frame. Hi, Paul. You still in North America, or have you returned to Europe? Congrats on that Pi Prime. If I haven't said that before, I probably have, but you know, I like repeating myself. Okay, our last end frame here was 2300, so hopefully 2400. We're still seeing scaling, so that's nice. 2460. I mean, there's a lot in sub timings. Like everything I've done like the only timings I have set are 9, 12, 12. I haven't even set like fall or command rate. So allowing for the fact that on IGP usually like tertiaries have a huge impact, I feel like we're already kind of proving that efficiency is the same, maybe even better. Well, it's hard to know, but it's pretty much just, it seems like it's pretty much the same in XP and 7, because at 1400 I'm beating League, so it's only like one step up. Like he was at 1250. He has higher RAM as well and higher CPU Northbridge. Couple of weeks, cool. Well, I hope you had fun. Let's watch for end frame. I mean, actually, the earlier end frame was 4000, and I haven't changed clocks, so that's probably going to be the same, unless run order basically fucks with it, or reruns. This is fun. This is like a good way to burn through some LN2. Just no ambient pre-testing, everything LN2. It's the way it should be. 430. Okay, rerun helped it. Oh, now I of course understand why League is on 5.2 for CPU. Like if I'm having trouble full pot to do 6, then it makes sense that single stage is on 5.2. Pretest drivers? No, that's for noobs. I just got latest. I just downloaded latest. 14.4 Catalyst. Here's the end frame. 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 12, 3. Ooh, that's really close. Okay, so 3, 5, and then we're calling the total a 12, 3, 6, 2, and League has a 12, 3, 4, 4, 3. Okay, I don't think I'll do as many full runs now that I have the score. I think I'll have to go, as much as I hate it, I'm gonna have to go to 1080p. What's with all these weird in between resolutions? Okay, whatever. Okay, so we had still worse SM2 by 100 or so. Worse SM3, but only by 10 points, and then much better CPU. So CPU is carrying. Okay, so we've still got work to do. So it's claiming 5 LOD, and this is also claiming 5 LOD. I'll put it in the screenshot. I think that could actually be a lot of the source of the discrepancy. Okay, I'll just do at this point I'll just do a HyperBot legal with an added memory tab. I just want an actual, like, if everything goes pear-shaped, something that I can post that can be the sub legally. Okay. Twelve, 3, 6, 2. Back to bench res, which is this. I'm obviously wearing my AMD Green Team t-shirt as appropriate. Let's see. Let's do a CPU test rerun and try 6G again. Maybe that was just a total fluke. Wouldn't be the first time. Just a bad boot. Like I don't like, RAM is so loose. Like, what did it? Like, did PS Check last time just fuck with the vid or something and actually apply a different vcore? That's really strange. Yeah, but CTs aren't that heavy, right? So, and it's full pot, and a lot of the scaling is in thermals. Like, I don't know how good the silicon on this is, but let's say if it's, let's say, a 7.6, 7.7 valid chip at 1.65, I'd expect, what would I expect? 5.5 just auto volts, 6 like at 1.5, 1.6, 6.5, 1.7 maybe, 7 at 7. Well, it is Trinity. 7, you'd kind of need full, like you need 1.85, 1.9 probably. And beyond that, I don't know. That's like every chip is different beyond that. Some chips might not do anything beyond that, but you know. All right. Well, there goes that idea. Let's do 6.2. Let's keep 6.6.14 was 6 equals 6.6.14, 6.2. And you know what? The CPU test is actually hard carrying because it's around the same score as the SM2 and SM3. So it's actually being weighted a lot more than in your typical sort of setup. Paul would love the platform. Why? Because it reminds him of X299 or what? 6808. I mean, obviously 6.4 is next, right? Oh, I only have half a multi left. Damn it, 63, I forgot. Oh, that's a good problem to have. Might still be enough for 7. No, it's not going to be enough for 7,000 points. That's for sure. Especially with these drops. That's okay. It's legacy, look just like X299. No, don't kick him while he's down. All right, we're kind of steaming along here. We're seeing gains, which is always nice. 6.881. Yeah, it's less than 100 points per 100 points per multi, basically. Which makes sense because the score is around 6,000 and the clocks are around 6,000, so it's all logical. Yeah, let's go 1500 iGPU, 63 multi, 101B clock, full run, I guess. That's as we're bubbling away here. Kind of looks like the alien is propping up the fan there. Okay, save current setting. 1500 iGPU, 11B clock, and then everything else full. I think that's enough of a step. We don't want to go too big in steps. This is fun. I feel like I could run through the entire platform just doing this. 06 every iGPU AMD ever created, except the AM4 ones because those suck hard. Oh no, it reset my background. I'm a bit peeved about that. Yeah, let's just do the render test before we do anything else. The iGPU hardly even went up. Okay, let's do another 50 because there's like these weird steps with the iGPUs. Let's do 1550. Why am I hitting the button? Nothing's gonna happen. Now I need to hit the button. Okay, please give me more than 1400 core on the iGPU now. Or else I'll have to increase it another 50 until I see an actual step. 1550. Beautiful, but it's crashing. So actually not beautiful at all. That's okay, I'm only at 1.35 NB. I'll go 1.45. Zero D is usually not a good thing. Yeah, let that boot. I'll be right back. What did I miss? Absolutely nothing. It's not even booted yet. All right. GPU. Maybe during the boot process, like if you try to run the render test too early, like maybe that just like totally fucks with things. Are we okay? Okay, that's better. Apply our CPU clocks, which is just the top multi now, which is easy. And I'll bring P1 up a little bit as well. 2F. This can be like 2A. So 5.9 and 6.4. Not much between them now. Close that. Make sure we still have 63 applied. Open bench. And now just pre-run the CT. And I think we can go for a full run. I mean, I'd like Canyon's comparison, but yeah, let's just do a full run. We've crossed the 1500 Rubicon. Always, it surprises me how thirsty these kind of chips are. This is fun. We should break the 7,000 now. Yeah, but hey, let me just start the run and then I can go into the whole thirst discussion. Okay, 7,000 is broken, so now 1550 full run. And we'll watch for all the end frames. All the end frames. I'll watch the start as well. It is a 63. Okay, that's looking good. Because the start of GT1 is actually very indicative. On most platforms, it's very indicative of how the GT1 will turn out in general, unless obviously you hit some sort of thermal throttling or whatever, or cold slow or whatever, or OCP, which you don't hit at the start of the run. Like if you get a clean GT1 off, the GT1 start frame is actually very indicative. No, I just, in terms of thirsty, I mean, given it's a full platform, given it's only a quad core, like you always like the chips that don't use much LN2, I always expect them to use less LN2 than they do. Like I feel like the least thirsty chip is more thirsty than I expect it to be, if that makes any sense. Like I've run some chips that are actually really insanely economical on LN2. I'm trying to remember what it was. The Pentium Anniversary Edition on Haswell, that's pretty cool. Uses hardly anything. But then like, I don't know. Like it's surprising to me how like the difference between this and like a 7950X is actually not absolutely massive. And I feel like it should be, but it isn't. 3400 was our last. So now I've got a 3530. Is that even a question? AM5 kind of sucks. I mean, like if you compare platforms that come out at the same time, I usually prefer the AMD platform, but AM5 versus LJ 1700 is actually close. And that's not because I love LJ 1700, it's because AM5 is pretty poor. So 2460 was our last GT2N frame. $25, $26 flat. So that's a nice boost. So I feel like, I mean, it's a bit premature to call a final score, but I feel like 15K is, I mean, the scaling might drop off and stuff, but I feel like with a bit of effort, 15K is possible. I'm saying that even though my first score was 11 something and my now best score is 12 something. Like the scaling doesn't seem to be huge, but now that we are max multi on the CPU with room to grow, and with how much scaling there is on CTs and how highly weighted the CTs are here, I'm feeling it. And we even have LOD. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with LOD and XP on an iGPU? This is living the life. Canyons. I like this GT, just that slow. It's quite, the cinematography on this GT is pretty good for its age, and the fact that it's not even a movie, it's just a GT. Our last end frame was 4030. Ooh, screen flicker. I feel like given we're now multi limited on the CT, on the CPU cores, I'm going to leave the CPU Northbridge multi where it is, the 1800 multi, and just let it naturally drift up with the B clock, because the B clock will become quite important actually. Hopefully I can 40, wow, that's big, 4225 or so. Let's just call it 4230 and be generous. The most fun platform is FM2. I can see that. Trinity specifically, though, I don't have a good relationship. I mean, I have a decent relationship with Richland, but it's very much colored by the fact that the fucking chips just keep dying on me. But yeah, like, there's not many platforms that will full pot iGPU enabled. What was it? What was it with Ivy? I think Ivy was cold bugged. Haswell is cold bugged even without the iGPU on. So, okay, our end frame target was 2500 or 3500. 3620. Oh, almost 13K. 3620. 12983. I'm gonna be a bit lame and just skip over that and not even save it. I have it in my notes. That's all I care about, really. Next is gonna be 1700. I'll try it at 1.55. save 1700. One on 2 B clock. 1.55. What's actually the max here? Ooh. 2.1 volts. Okay. We've got room to grow here. That's for fucking sure. Jeez, 2.1 on the North Bridge. But I think the scaling just flattened out when I was running the lock chip. Hey, Beer Matt. Has there been a name change or something? Somehow you're a mod, but I don't recognize you. Yeah, maybe I've just forgotten. It's just not a HyroBot username that I know. Maybe your Twitch username is just different to your HyroBot username. But welcome anyway. Yeah, Ivy had to increase B clock to get full pot, but I'm talking specifically about with iGPU enabled, which usually lowering and raising CB is confusing. Lowering could be interpreted as a lower temperature, or lowering as in making it worse. iGPU enabled usually makes this cold bug warmer on most platforms, but not this one. Okay, 1722. So we've got real clocks, and we've got 102 B clock. Ah, yeah, okay. I thought that was you, but I was not absolutely positive. Let's just keep bringing that second piece state up. Let's do 2B. So that's over 6 now too. Let's just quickly confirm. No. Save. Okay, 1842. It's not really. I'm not really interested in CT. I'll just do canyon runs. I'm just interested in iGPU stability. There you go. We don't have iGPU stability. Okay, I'll just keep everything the same and go in 50 millivolt increments. I think it was at like 1.8. Like I was like pretty high on what's that first? What is that first column signal? Is that's the first column here is the stock volts. It's not the currently applied volts, surely. Does it show us under health status? No, it only monitors vCore and DRAM, of course. Yeah, let's try 1.6. I can unmod you if you want. Anyway, there's no duties attached to being a moderator. It's just whatever. I don't know. Like I do all the banning of spam bots, and that's the only moderation that's required. My current level of like how Twitch recognized me, which is not partner, it's affiliate, only gives me 30 VIP tags. So when I ran out of VIPs, I started modding people. Anyway, let's see if that does anything. I'll just keep going in 50 megahertz increments. We're already full pod, so there's not much else I can really change. Maybe I should do canyon runs without CPU applied. That's probably absolutely like dead certain, like correct way of doing it. Yeah, let's do it kind of run without CPU, and then it's a quick GT. So if it passes, I can then follow up with CPU applied, and if that then fails, that could point towards needing more vCore or something. I mean, it's unlikely, but see, we'd already failed about here, so that's a good sign. I mean, it may be that the extra Northbridge voltage helped, or it could just be that actually we got a fail due to CPU, which I hope we didn't. Okay, later fail. Considering all that, I feel CPU showing plus 20. Do we have a crack? I feel once I get a pass, I should do a full run, given how it's like seems to be kind of failing a bit. Getting down two. Okay. Quick render test. Just as a sanity check. 5600X. Oh no, don't beat my scores, please. Alright, back into. Ooh, see this. It's not liking that. Ooh. Okay. Nice. Let's give it a full CMOS clear. Yeah, it's really not happy, is it? I think either our GPU is degraded or the board is wet. First option seems more likely. Okay. Well, that makes it easy. I'll have to run the other chip for the final score then. Hey Tanta, how are you doing? Starting to look better for you, yeah. No shit, Sherlock. Well, I think the only logical conclusion is to disable the iGPU and go for valids now, while I have the rig cold. We'll just have to quickly knock out an 8G, right? Tachyon, nice. Good board. Okay, well. So we'll load our iGPU profile, increase B clock to 120, let's say. Lower the memory multiplier. We don't really have to drop Northbridge, do we? I think it's raining outside for some reason. Northbridge back down to stock. Volts will go 1.85. Or we can do like 1.35. Features, peripherals, auto. I mean, it found it, right? It didn't, whatever. Save, not load, save. Balance 5600. Okay. It really feels like it's raining a lot out there. The hell? Still no fan? Give me fan. Oh, boot failure. How? Whatever. I don't get it. Full speed. Yeah, let's do 110. Okay, let's fucking clear the BIOS then. Jesus. You have these the simplest settings ever, and it's like, oh no, I don't want to post today. Okay, fully cleared BIOS. Okay. Yeah, heater's on. Okay. Manual timings. 9, 12, 12. Memory multi. 1866. Northbridge. Oh, it probably was just Northbridge fucking around. Disable turbo boost. Yay. This is so riveting. Setting the same stuff I always set. GFX. Northbridge. Yay. IDE. Voltage 1.85. Set the calibration. 1.35. 2.3. Save. Post it. Okay, so that worked. So now let's go into health status. Full speed, full speed, full speed, and then 110 here. Why is it 9Aing? Okay, so it did eventually apply. Okay, I think I have all the important stuff. I'll just try for 120. I'll leave the Northbridge alone, that might have caused the host failure. And I'll grab some more Ireland too. Oh, I have a full thing here. Yeah, but I was looking at that CPU temp earlier as well, but then the sensor tab of GPU Z is showing minus temp, so just must be a faulty reading. Yeah, sensor issue. It you know, it showed like 0 correctly, but then it started showing positive temps again, like further down. So it showed correctly up to a certain point. Okay, well this will be interesting. Let's just make sure everything applied the way that it's supposed to apply. Okay, 120 bus. Memory is low-ish. Yeah, no graphics card installed, no shit. vCore is correct. Let's make a valids folder and double check that really the ini is correct. It is. Shove it off to the side like this, and now we PS check. Go to core 3. Let's get our P states on. Make it a 28. Is 6, 7. It's almost a 7G. May as well validate that. And now go one multi higher and save it. 7-1. Okay, let's rearrange our p states a little bit and give p state 2 higher, and we actually just want 3 p states. Like one that's like a fully resting kind of p state, and then a ramp up type p state, and then the validation p state itself. To B, we want to C. 7-2. Okay, she's popped. I want to see that it's more than 0 KBs as well. Sometimes they bug themselves, so it's nice to see them all at 19. Okay. I know it'll only get me 756. I have Easy Tune, and I have the potential to just reboot, okay? What a troll. Oh, only 7.56. You know what? That's actually the hardware record. Is there or thereabouts. So not too shabby. 7.519 is the hardware record. So, you know, there's like, that's getting places. Seven 3. Especially because this is only 1.85 volts. Beautiful. What was that? 2D to E. Boom. That's the gold. Is it? I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it, but can you tell what I'm thinking? Can you actually tell what I'm thinking? I think Easy Tune is going to crash on load because it sets all the P states to the top P state. But if it loads, I can... You won't say it either. Let's get a real vid from the second CPZ and give it another. Well, let's give it... It's almost like I don't want to increase voltage because it's been doing so well. Oh, it's just like dynamic bullshit anyway. Let's go 121. Or 122, let's say. Okay. Yeah, it was setting the thing there. It was actually setting the top P state on all cores, so I'm not surprised that that crapped out. Should be getting signal now. Okay. 122 is this increment I'm gonna go with, and maybe it's just a really good low voltage chip. Let's go 1.9. Let's do 50 millivolts increments. I wonder what killed the IGP though, because like the board isn't. I mean, unless a very particular part of the board is wet that is fucking with the iGPU. I feel like the IGPU iGPU just kind of like died on its own. But not very many volts at all. Okay, so we're seeing real 1.9. Let's reopen our PS check. I'll build a new profile because I don't want it to just bug out because of things going on. I'll do 3 P states. So that's a 7.3. 7.5 or thereabouts. Seven six. Let's save this. Seven. Okay. Where did I go from here? This is too easy. Okay, what I'll do is I'll lower the P state and save it. As in lower it significantly. And set everything to the top P state. And then leave PS check, so it kind of just saves that. And now I should be able to open Easy Tune without bugging. Whoop! As I spill LN2 everywhere. Uh, 124. Reopen PS check, make sure there's no Easy Tune in the background. Screw you, I don't want 130. I'm just happily plugging away at this task in front of me. Okay. Actually, what you want is you want the first cores to be on P2. Let's start these off on P2 as well and then ramp them up. That's kind of the theory behind it. Going a bit wild there, but I don't know if this is even. Slightly lower than what I had. Okay, that's a hang. A hard hang. Give it another 50 millivolts. Yeah, I should disable all the power saving stuff now because the P states being lower artificially is not really as much of a concern. Why does it keep struggling with GPU output? I don't really know what else I can kind of do. Hey, how about a full bias clear? Is that what your heart desires, Gigabyte board? I know you love it. Your favorite thing in the world is a bias clear, and your second favorite thing in the world is a 24 pin pull. I don't understand that. It's just a DGPU. I guess we're going 1.95. 125. Oh, I wanted to disable P-state bullshit. What is it with the... I think it's specifically biased, right? Like if I let it boot, it'll give display out, surely. Maybe not. Well, it's quick to apply. Does that profile have Force iGPU on or something? Like, I don't get it. Let's go DVI on the DGPU. Why weren't you able to validate 8G? Oh, I couldn't get my display card to work. This doesn't make any sense. I just don't get it. Let's do the other slot. I don't know. I mean, there's only so many different ways you can skin this cat. Like, it's not. So it's going to work after a full BIOS clear, I'm guessing. Maybe the board did get wet. Okay, back to the previous slot. Fuck me. I guess that's the end of the stream then. I don't understand. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I actually supposed to do? I can't validate with iGPU on. That would be too much of a knock. I have to, like, it may be related to B clock being raised, but I have to raise B clock. Like, it's not really. What am I supposed to do? That's just how validation on FM2 works. Okay, let's go 120 here. And nothing else, and see what happens. Sorry you can't see, I just disconnected the capture card because I'm debugging this. B clock hole, yeah, maybe. I should already have display out now, and I don't. $130. Oh, okay. Guess I'm taking you for a ride. There you go. This is gonna be your display out from now on. Should have knocked that. Okay. Of course, I'm going to be reaching across a lot to press the buttons, but so that was 120 with the capture card out of the loop and the HDMI splitter. Let's see if I can get into BIOS cleanly. Yeah, that was just really slow. We were going to turn off all of this nonsense. I'm not touching GFX at all. And the only other thing was set to 95D. Well, thanks for joining the stream, Matt. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. And I guess you can catch the VOD, whatever is left of it. Thanks, I do need the best of luck considering I'm just pointing a camera at a screen now. Ooh, let's restore my active desktop. Okay, we're kind of in business in a way. Details. Okay, let me get the exposure down at least. Other way. Okay. You have some sort of notion of what's going on now. Yeah, it's probably... I won't get too finicky about it because it's just like it's obviously going to be shit. You can treat it like radio. To a put this bloody fan. It's kind of important when you're running LN2. Shit house. Seriously, just fucking sit somewhere. Is that doing anything? Probably not. No, 9G is the goal. Obviously, I mean, that's the record, right? Okay. I guess the rig is telling me it's over. So about 7-7. I have to... This is not a good validation OS anyway. I'm just doing that because the iGPU crapped out. Let's have another look. Maybe the iGPU recovered itself. Who knows? Let's just briefly reconnect the iGPU and see what happens. Cold in 3 weeks. Nice. Okay, same shit. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could have done more. Well, first of all, I wish the iGPU hadn't died. That was a surprise. I was on pretty low volts. The other iGPU did up to like 1.8 volts. This one died at 1.6. Also, it's a good validation chip though, so to be continued. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's got to end in this way, but I really don't know what to do now. Everything's just failing. Anything other? Well, I was gonna spend like 2-3 hours benching the iGPU, but it died. So, all right. Until next stream. Thanks for watching.